trends in breasts also. I mean, I feel like it goes from large to a little perky, and it's just like the butt, it changes. Now the whole new thing is side cleavage.
Right.
Do you know about the side cleavage? I'm not into it. Do we have a picture of this? Of the side cleavage here?
Oh.
Okay, that is a problem. Like, that's like wearing gauchos or culottes. Like, this should not be a trend.
Well, that's because she's young, but once you get older, it's like the flat plains of Georgia. You don't want that.
They'll be down. Are your breasts real?
Yeah, what do you think? Look at this. Feel it. Feel
They
it.
feel
This
good.
is
Are your breasts
all
real?
fat.
My breasts are real.
They are. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
my breasts are real.
mine are half. They weren't, and then they are, and they're sort of. I'm going to tell you my story in a second. But Marie Claire said that 70% of women are unhappy with their busts, with their chests.
Really?
That's
Yes,
amazing
and I
to
think
me.
it's because of the way that they feel that men think about it. And how often do you care what your boyfriend thinks about your breasts?
Well, I mean, of course I care what he thinks about it, but he loves me the way I am. I'm lucky that I have a good guy that just loves me the way I am. However, I feel that women are more judgmental of themselves than even men are. I think
More judgmental of themselves.
Well, men usually say as long as they have a handful, that's all they care about.
I don't know if I believe that, though. I know men that are
It's
really
true.
obsessed. The Huffington Post said that a third of women would trade IQ points for breast size.
Oh, hell no.
Is that
No way.
unbelievable?
They can have some of mine, because I got plenty.
You're gonna share. You're generous.
I can
Why
share.
are we so unhappy with our bodies? And I feel like half of us are acting as if we're always going to be outside naked, as if we're always going to be in a bathing suit.
Right.
I mean, as long as you feel comfortable in your clothes and wear things that make you feel good. RealSelf.com did a poll that 70% of women, their sex life was improved with breast implants.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think that the sex is where people really start to get insecure, because that's when you're naked, that's when you're free, that's when the man's looking at you and you're feeling, anxious about that. So
And then you got to look at what's on television. When you see all these big boobs everywhere, it makes you feel insecure if you're with the person that you're with. But see, I don't have that problem, so sorry, girls.
But little boobs are back in style again now. I mean, big
little boobs are back in style.
Little boobs are back in style again.
They're saying that 70% of women are having better sex. They're saying you're having better orgasms because you have implants. I mean, that's just wild. There's a woman here named Danielle who has an implant story, correct? Hi, Danielle. So you have implants.
I do have implants.
What size were they and what size are they?
I was a small C, and I decided to go a little bit bigger. I just wanted to be happy for myself, but it definitely changed my sex life.
Really?
My husband always liked my breasts, but he's crazy about them even more. So
Isn't that interesting? And that a lot of men probably, now I don't think men even know the difference between fake and real. They just like that. They probably are getting used to the way it feels for those firm artificial breasts. He liked it because they're bigger or because of the feeling they're high and tight?
I think he just likes to hold on to them.
And you went from a small C to a D?
Yes. Yeah.
And you're happy?
I'm happy.
You love it.
I love it.
But different people wear boobs differently also.
I agree. I definitely agree.
You don't look like a big D. You look petite
they're
and
big.
like no, but you know what I'm saying?
does,
Some people look like it's all over the place.
Right.
I actually, and also I think that people think when you turn into your 30s and 40s that's when things start to sag. I was in high school. I was probably about 30 pounds heavier, and my boobs used to sag. They were just saggy. They were bigger and they were saggy, and they would almost like touch your stomach where you feel like it's hot and it's sweaty. You know what I'm talking about? Like
The
you just
flapjacks.
Yeah, you just feel like you want to like lift them up to air out. It's sweaty.
Right.
So
They get that line up under them.
Yes, I could swear to you, I could have put a Diet Coke can underneath and held it because they were heavy and saggy. I promise you, I swear to you, I could.
wonder why.
I did that in college.
Did you have
That
big
was
boobs, though?
I had bigger boobs because I was like 25 pounds heavier, and they say
okay.
that women's breast size changes about 6 times in their lifetime, whether pregnancy or menopause or.
Right.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it changes.
So there's still hope for me.
So
they can get bigger.
Well, you look pretty good. But so I had these breasts, and then when I got into my like late 20s and 30s, I lost weight. It was when I wrote my book, Naturally Thin. I lost this weight, and they were small, and like they were nice. They were probably like a C, but they were really still saggy. You know, when you lay down naked and they're over here.
Oh, yeah.
They're like cocktails on the side.
Right.
So my girlfriend said, you should do something. I went to the doctor and I said, I want to get a lift. I was single. And he said, you're going to have what they call these lollipop scars, the circles, and the scars on the side. And I felt self-conscious that as a single woman going out and meeting men, I felt like I would be scarred.
Right.
So he said, put a small implant in and it will lift it. I ended up with a D, and I didn't feel like it was right on me. I felt kind of sloppy. I felt like they were unwieldy and all over the place. So then I went again, like a couple years ago when I could afford it, to get them taken out and then lifted. And it just felt like I did feel much better. I feel like you have to, if you want to do it, just doesn't matter if you're gonna have scars. If you want to do it and you can afford it and you have to look into it safely,
Right.
you have to do what you really want. I'm not a person who would feel good with gigantic breasts, but I like.
But then,
what I
how
have.
did it feel though? I mean, was it like sexually?
Yeah. I felt like I was a little hotter. I felt a little perkier. I felt like I was a little hotter. And I know, my old assistant, Julie, has really big breasts, and I feel like it affects her posture, and she sometimes feels subconscious. And girls who have large breasts sometimes don't, because when you're for good posture, you're supposed to stand like this.
Right.
And that feels weird when you have larger breasts.
Right.
So I feel like you have to find what works for you and make yourself comfortable.
Right.
But what most people don't know, and what so many women suffer from, is having the wrong bra. The right bra can change your life. I'm one of the people who did. So when we come back, we're going to talk about bras and the right bra for you. And I want to thank you, Lonnie and Gretchen. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.